Unlimited Possibilities is a nonprofit organization that focuses not only on service, but also education. The New Hampshire-based organization brought a group of high school volunteers along with adult chaperones to help fix homes that are in desperate need of repair. The organization also incorporates education to help eliminate social injustice. Volunteer Dolly Farha says her grandmother grew up in the South and says what she learned in school didn't equal real-world experiences while visiting Mississippi.
The way that I was raised, I didn't really quite understand the civil rights movement as well as I would have liked. I'm kind of viewing this as more of an educational trip than anything else, although it is great to do service projects and just help out where you can. But it's good to hear stories that you can't really hear anywhere else.
And Farha has been able to hear stories of a man whose home has been damaged for more than 2 years. David Franklin says his home was severely damaged during the March 2016 flood and says he's grateful for the volunteers.
I really appreciate them for coming and to actually just, just come on in and they act like they're at home. They just blur all over everything and everything all over everything else. And on the film, you pretty much can see that the house is really getting fixed. I'll put it like that. Hey, man.
Mississippi native and volunteer Tony Richards says he commends the students for taking the time to make a difference in someone's life.
A group of young people, some of them just finished high school, could be doing a whole lot of other things and coming down here in this Mississippi heat and actually wanting to do work to make the world a better place.
And Farha sees the world being a better place if everyone lends a helping hand.
Everybody is just really focused on themselves right now. Even though we have all of this horrible news coming in, we all just kind of revert back to how we're feeling, which, is important. You should always take care of yourself first, but if you have the time and if you think you can do it, why not go help?
In Greenville, Courtney Williams, The Delta News.
I guess rationally or academically, that people paved the way for you and that you are a beneficiary of other people's suffering and struggle and challenges, but just to see it in the skin, that they're in, to touch people. Because when you think of to meet live and in person people who felt pain, who felt fear, who had to flee their homes, and I guess to find out there are people that you know every day and are connected to every day and who have helped you along your way. But I never knew that he had to hide in an outhouse in a pool of feces because I guess I've taken so much for granted, because I haven't felt these things, and to have been insulated from it. I grew up believing that I could be anything. So I just feel grateful. And the reason that I could have that belief is because of what these people did.
The Civil Rights Movement was the only exciting thing happening in Mississippi while I was growing up. I wanted to be in on the action. I intuitively knew that history was being made. It was being made on the right side of a moral issue. And by God, I wanted my piece of the action. So there was no shortage of opportunity. Any native white who would come forward and be the least bit open in public about advocating fairness and voting rights.
To begin learning about the civil rights movement, and I feel an enormous amount of gratitude and respect that they had the courage to stand and fight back with the knowledge that they would face enormous resistance and violence. I do feel that our generation has a responsibility to honor the generation that was able to reshape history by continuing the ideals and ideas of leaders, and even more so as a group. We have the ability and power to create a world like that. We just have to be brave enough and love enough.
$17.5 million meals that we were able to put back into Mississippi. And I know it sounds crazy to think that there's a hunger problem when you're putting that kind of food back into the state, but we are the most rural state. Y'all seen the Delta? A lot of them, they don't have the access to get to a grocery store.
Isn't it amazing? The hordes of freedom riders, isn't it amazing? The compassionate outsiders, isn't it amazing? Their anger expressed through peaceful protest. Isn't it amazing that he hid in human waste? Isn't it amazing? The hooded figures that he faced, isn't it amazing? The courage that we see in those seeking to be free. It is amazing, I am amazed. It is amazing, I am amazed. It is amazing, I am amazed. Isn't it amazing that some giants had to fall? Isn't it amazing that those heroes still stand tall? Isn't it amazing? They were people just like me, with children just like you. Isn't it amazing? We still have something to fight for. Isn't it amazing? We have yet to close the door. Isn't it amazing? Though we just might meet defeat, we're still marching through the streets. It is amazing, I am amazed. It is amazing, I am amazed. It is amazing, I am amazed. Isn't it amazing? A tale of bigotry denied. Isn't it amazing? A tale of humanity alive. Isn't it amazing? We can dare to decide, to make justice our guide. Isn't it amazing? Enduring ages of oppression. Isn't it amazing? Stemming tides of aggression. Isn't it amazing? We can look to the sky and see people still can fly. It is amazing, I am amazed. 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 It is amazing,